Ladies and gentlemen, we're okay, aren't we?
Yes, we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
I spoke to Andrew Lessman the other night.
I know.
He was on the Monday night show. Amazing
I know.
man. Amazing
He's
man.
incredible.
You take the vitamins.
Of course.
I take the vitamins.
Of course, auto ship.
Do you take them? If you take vitamins,
you need to do the Andrew Lessman.
encourage you to try Andrew Lessman.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are moving on with all the decorum and grace in the world to one of the pieces that we are so truly excited about. You can see it best right here. This is from our exclusive Audrey Hepburn collection. Siobhan Sander, there is not a lady who is more admired, adored,
incredible
revered.
Woman.
This is a collection that we launched to much fanfare. There was a lot of media attention, a lot of people were talking about it.
Her son was here.
Her son was here,
Sean.
another amazing gentleman. This was, as the piece name suggests, Unforgettable. This was the one item that sold more than everything else put together. More people wanted this than any of the other pieces, and honestly, we did something right tonight to be able to make available about 1,000, not at $149, and that was our normal price, $149.95. We're at $39.95 for something that is 70% off. You get 25.5 inches in length. There's a lot to talk about here.
These are all man-made pearls that are dipped by hand over and over again to get the luster that you're seeing right there. You're receiving a pin, by the way, at the same time.
Yes, you are.
And Audrey Hepburn, of course, incredible style icon, philanthropist, humanitarian, true hero of mine. And of course, we all love to look like a lady, right? So there are occasions where you're gonna wanna wear this.
I'm not so keen on it.
Not you, not you, not you. But it does look like, it almost looks like he is wearing it from that shot. We have ways to wear this, actually. We're gonna show you those ways. You can wear them behind. There it is. Oh, can you imagine your bridal party wearing these? Can you imagine as a bride? It doesn't need to be a special occasion. I think that's the point. You are wearing
flying out the door.
A garland of the Unforgettables. You put this in your jewelry box today. Oh, look at that. That's what we're talking about right there.
What do you even need to say about this?
20 years from now, 30 years from now, they're still going to be so incredibly appropriate. Now, do you have the pin?
Right
do you
here.
have the pin?
I did
Very
it for
nice.
you.
Thank you so much.
I am useful sometimes.
Excellent. Keep proving that, my dear. Now, of course, here it, because I want to get on the Monday night show soon again. Here is the pin. Here's the pin. It is a bar pin with a swivel clasp closure, classic. So you can wear this. You just saw some of the examples by putting it on the necklace, but it certainly works all by itself, which I think is, you know, you see this at this kind of quality for $39. Fantastic. But it also can gather some of the strands together. Even the clasp. We have to show the clasp, Adam.
I'll turn it around.
It is intense. If you love Audrey Hepburn, if you have adored her work, if you've appreciated her quotes that are now, you know, totally all over Facebook and Pinterest because she was so inspirational, the clasp is gorgeous. We're at $975 and counting down. It is a remarkable offer. And these don't come around every day, as you can imagine. By the way, the box that they come in, I don't know if we have it out here or not, is spectacular. Do we have that pink box? It's pink. Oh, way to go. Thank you so much.
This is the icing on the cake right now.
It's steel.
Hello?
It's steel in there.
It's what?
Well, this might be the box that's been in the vault in the back, so it might not be perfect, but it gives you instructions on how to wear the pin, right? And it is the stainless steel construction under there. This is Camrose and Cross. So this is that manufacturer who has been entrusted with recreating the jewelry of first ladies,
yes,
recreating the jewelry with estate approval from the Audrey Hepburn family and the Audrey Hepburn estate. You are receiving the pin at the same time.
And I hope you can see from, I mean, you can actually just hear the gorgeous, and these really are pretty, the crystallized filigree ball accents, and they're just sporadically placed around. Look at the way this drapes, not only here, but on our lovely model Victoria. It is just as elegant and as feminine and as important. And I think that's the word, important. You can wear this in so many ways, and I think that was always one of the defining parts of this being such a success. But when you think of some of the most important women in the world, Audrey Hepburn, of course, being such an incredible superstar, pearls are always a part of that legacy.
It's like a uniform.
Yes.
It really is. You cannot go wrong. You're trying to figure out what to wear to the date, to the office get together, that's a dressy at the end, you know, holiday time, whatever, your convention. always appropriate, always perfect, and it elevates you. It makes you feel, like I said, like a lady, and that's why I love the idea of you receiving this for yourself, maybe one for your daughter. One, even if she's little right now, this is hope chest material here. Do people still do hope chests? I hope so. And Audrey Hepburn was a lady for sure, really a beautiful, no, I mean like ladylike. I mean, she was a very much a classic, ionic,
she was.
Iconic even, that's the word. Ionic, I sell electronics too.
Not an air purifier.
No, I know that, but you know what I'm talking about. She really does deserve all the tribute that we're so proud to be able to share with you and that we all give her to this day. Pin included, can you believe, if it was one strand, Adam, for $39.
We'd still be in.
Exactly. If you've ever seen the presentations of the replicas of the jewelry of some of the most Camelot important first ladies, it is manufactured by the same company. They specialize in making sure that important women's jewelry through the ages is replicated with the deepest respect and quality.
It's a winner.
It is. It really is. Your mom would love this for Mother's Day.
I know she would. Don't start on Mother's Day again.
It's important.
I know. I've got it locked in my mind now.
I'm gonna develop the app to remind you.
What was the date again?
In the States, it's May 8th. Can someone Google for Adam Freeman when it is in the UK? Please, thank you.
Let us know.
Yeah, we'll be back in touch with you on that one.
We have to wrap this up. We are 500 left with everybody on the phone line. This is going to be gone in a heartbeat. We were talking about tonight in terms of really the opportunity to try different things. The pricing has never been better. You know, when you see the Audrey Hepburn shows, there's a lovely collection. I mean, there's some beautiful pieces. This, though, is the icon. This, though, is the one piece that always sells more than all the others put together. And we normally sell it at $150. We're at $39.95 tonight. They saved it just for Siobhan and I for this finale show. And, of course, more importantly, they saved it just for you. I mean, occasions come. Occasions go, events come and go, parties, anniversaries, celebrations, a special moment in time where you want to dress up and you love the idea of pearls. This is drama at its finest, but the way it's made, and Siobhan keeps referencing, so rightly so, the people behind this who have been given the exclusive rights to recreate some of Audrey's most famous pieces, her favorite pieces, they do the best job. And that's why beyond, I mean, listen, even when it sells at $150, the reviews are in 4 and 5 stars across the board.
Beloved. People, I read the reviews before the show, this is a beloved piece. And people were buying 2 of them before at the higher price, which is when it became a customer pick for their daughters, for their nieces, for their granddaughters, because they knew how special and important it was. Look, so the top, Victoria, is that a t-shirt or are you wearing a dress there? I can't tell. Well, anyway, there you have it, t-shirt. Right, so, but doesn't it look like it would be an incredible dress?
Sure.
Like a podium piece that you would be giving your speeches and inspiring the rest of the community wearing this necklace. Please don't wait. We'll be selling this out, right now. Thank you so much. That's
Siobhan,
a treat.
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
I like good news.
Okay, the good news. You know the famous 5-piece